There you go.
It only took like 3 different
Attempts to go live.
Yeah, we're live.
I
We're
see
live.
it. Yes.
You see it now?
Yes, I
Oh,
do.
Jeez. It only took
You
us
see?
7 minutes after 7 o'clock to figure things out. See, there's always.
There's something with the number 7 in you. What is it?
You know what? It's the 7 thing. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Welcome to another live stream here on the channel. I'm looking at all the cameras because we've got like.
You've got a lot of equipment.
Well, you know, if you're gonna do something and you have the equipment, why not use it, right?
Absolutely.
So there you go. Let me just switch off the switching off to the not disturb section here on the phone so that we don't get phone calls coming in the middle of our live stream. What do you think? We got new graphics.
Yeah, I love it. It's got that pub feeling to it.
Yeah, I think we have music here as well. This might be still the creative spin, but it's okay. It's the same company, same everything, so we can have a little bit of music in the background.
Connected.
It's all connected. So are you able to see that we are live,
I am
my
able
dear?
to see,
You are?
yes.
And can you see the comment section and all of that kind of stuff?
I can, yes.
All right, so that if anybody is listening or watching to us right now, if you guys want to give us your 2 cents and let us know what's going on. Oh, there you go. Look, we're live. It says we're live. That's so nice. I should probably put the volume down so that I don't get issues there. Now, how was your week? Let's start with that. I think we should always start with finding out what the heck you've been up to this week. So anything interesting?
Where do you want me to start again?
It is what it is. We're living in a different kind of world. We're living in a world of staying at home and doing everything at home. So how's that been? Have you adapted almost a year later?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take these off because
honestly, I was telling you, and you know this. I miss the fact that I can't go to certain places, or that I'm not comfortable sometimes walking, whatever. But being at home, working from home, I actually like. It's given me quality of time
So you're one of the small percentage of people that I hear out there that are always complaining about I can't stand being at home anymore.
No, I see. For me, it's the opposite. I respect it. There are some people that really need, and our daughter likes to be outside, and some people do. It doesn't mean that I don't like to be outside.
Yeah.
Especially in the summertime, you know me. I'm always out the door. But when it comes to working, I focus well. Like, I work well at home, and I feel like I have gained time. So I'm not commuting, I'm not driving, I'm not taking public transportation.
So for you, it was actually the other way around. You had a lot of stress going on.
Yeah, my life was hectic.
Being on public transportation, and then your work environment and all of that kind of stuff.
Driving,
like, it was a lot of stuff going on too, right?
It doesn't make a difference whether at least in Toronto, and at least where I'm going, it doesn't make much of a difference if I'm driving or taking public transportation. It takes basically the same time to get there.
Yeah.
The public transportation has one advantage. It's because I don't need to be focusing on the road. I can be reading, listening to, my books and stuff, where if you're driving, you have that extra responsibility, right? But for me, my life was very hectic, going to work, managing the kids' schedules, and everything else, that comes. So I find myself now with an extra hour in the morning I can sleep, I can relax, I can enjoy my coffee, meditating, doing whatever I want, right?
I'll tell you one thing. For me, one of the biggest changes that I've had is that I used to listen to so many podcasts before, because I was just driving around to meet with clients and suppliers and all of that. And every time I would get into the car, I'd keep on listening to the podcast. Now I'm not driving as much.
At all?
Well,
all for me.
Few little times that we do have to go out. I mean, that's when I'll listen to a couple of my podcasts. And only like in the last few weeks, I've decided that, while I'm working, doing some things that don't need 100% concentration, I will listen to the podcast. That's the other little thing with me and having some music and noise in the background is that if I throw in an podcast that I like listening to, I find myself, paying way too much attention to what I'm listening to.
That's my problem.
And then I'm not focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. But if it's, one of those projects that is step and repeat, like retouching some pictures or stuff like that, then I don't have an issue. I can do that. It's fine. It's just like when you get into something that you really need to be listening to or reading what you're doing, then paying a little bit more attention. I don't listen to that.
And that is a little bit my point. I've dropped drastically the number of books that I used to listen to. Because
you were reading on the
reading, right?
Public transportation.
Because I had that time I did have, where if I'm home, whether I'm teaching, whether I'm helping the kids, whether I'm helping, with Creative 7, it requires my full attention.
Yeah.
And I can't be listening. And just like you, I have, even if I love audiobooks, but I do get into them. So for me, an audiobook...
Yeah, she does get into them. I mean, let me tell you one thing. Like this young lady over here, when she starts reading a book, she's like this. Like her face turns into a whole...
Because I become...
Because you're living it.
I don't become just one of the characters. I jump from one to the other. Like I'm that omniscient kind of person that lives those stories,
I kind of think it's kind of weird, but it's just me saying these things. I don't want to get into too much trouble. So
yeah, that's
been me, it?
Yeah,
All
for
right.
me it's been, how about you?
See, I've been...
And I love shopping online. So
I'm doing like the old school TV thing. I got papers in front of me and everything. Well, the reason why I have papers is because if I'm going to be casting some stuff to the TV so that, at least there's something different about what we're talking about, I don't want to have like a million things open. True. And then it's going to be difficult. You know what?
You mean like my tabs here on the computer?
Yeah, like your tabs. So what I'm doing is, instead of having like a gazillion tabs and then clicking
don't have that many.
And trying to find stuff, I'll do this and
and they're all pinned, so I know the symbols.
Listen, we understand. We understand. You get used to working in a certain way, and it's okay. We get it. Not a problem. Let's get into the news section.
This
is like, welcome to the 7 o'clock news.
Oh my God!
So if you guys didn't, watch the last live stream that we did, we actually spoke about a little bit of the structure of this live stream and what we're gonna be doing in this 1 hour of live stream that we're gonna have every Friday at 7. Creative 7 at 7. You get that? That was so smart.
You really love the 7.
Love the 7s, man. So one of those parts is that we kind of dive into the news that we have been posting throughout the week or throughout the weeks or whatever is new. Anything to do with creativity, essentially. So on our Facebook page, if you guys haven't checked that out, you should. I don't know why you haven't yet. I don't get that. But every day I'm posting stuff that I find online, just the day before, that same day, that I find interesting for myself. So what is the stuff that I like? Of course, creative stuff. But not only, like, I'm a gadget guy, I love tech. So anything new that comes out, I'm going to be all over it. I'm going to read it. I'm going to put it out. So a lot of those articles end up on our Facebook page as, hey, did you guys know that there are going to be some Facebook glasses? Wink, wink, as an example. And then what I want to do is on Fridays, bring them into the show. And this way we can talk a little bit about that. So this week,
what did you bring?
Of
all of the ones that you post.
I already spoke about the Facebook glasses, but I want to talk a little bit about design stuff. So Facebook Amazon, glasses. Facebook glasses. We'll get to that. It's right after. I've got an order.
You were the one who mentioned
Listen, I printed this out. This is like in order. Just like you and your little tabs, I got an order here.
And my notes.
Telling you, I shouldn't be doing that in front of a mic, but whatever. All right, so Amazon decided to change the app, the little icon that they have. And honestly, when I saw the reactions, I'm like, are you serious, man? The world is so confusing nowadays that people see things where they're not. They come up with stuff. It's unbelievable. But anyways, so I'm gonna show you the before and after, okay? So that you have a better idea of what we're talking about here. So I'm just gonna, oops, you haven't seen these yet, the befores and afters and all of that,
No,
right?
I saw the news.
Oh, gosh darn. I'm trying to select like 7 items, and for some damn reason, my computer keeps selecting 8, which is not what I want to do.
It's a 7.
A bingo. Open with, there you go. So the big confusion here is, let me just put this on this side so that we can, there you go. So that we can see what we're doing here, so that you can see the stuff. So, and I'll put this in post-production once I'll edit this and you guys can see it. But so we've got the old icon, which is the Amazon with the little cart. Everybody got used to that, and that's fine. And now they decided to do this icon over here, which is essentially the cardboard box with a little bit of tape on the top and the smile that everybody knows about Amazon. And that is fine. That's what it is. I think it's a cute, interesting, different. At least it's not your run-of-the-mill, always looking the same.
Simple.
I can definitely, see this one on my phone and not be lost or not know if is it the blue one or is it like, you know what I mean? I liked it. I'm not going to say I didn't like it, but the first thing that people, or one of the big things that people were talking about, is how it looks like Hitler's mustache.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so they're saying that the little blue thing
I don't see it though.
is the mustache with the smile underneath, and it's like a lot of the comments are like, once you see it, you can't unsee it. I can really unsee it. I don't know if you guys can picture the mustache. I don't see it that much. But nonetheless, I mean,
I see it more as hair.
Yeah, and I mean, Twitter's great for stirring up, talking about this stuff and all that. So obviously, there's like, I see Hitler smirking, and there's a whole bunch of comments like that. People just talking about. And as a designer, this can be so frustrating. Yeah, I'm bringing this up because sometimes these things can become very frustrating because as a designer, you're like,
that is the last thing on your mind.
It's not
right?
even in your mind.
Yeah.
And then people start pointing this out and like, whoa, that is not what I was thinking. Because I highly, highly doubt that the designer that came up with this design was thinking about that, especially when obviously that's the last thing you want it to look like, right?
That doesn't,
But okay, people were talking about it, and that, So, but there are some people that liked it.
There were some positive, I saw it. Some positive.
So, The Verge, they were actually saying that at least it's not another white icon, or a white box or whatever it is.
I like it. Actually.
I decided that what I think I don't know if you guys can see it, but I decided to make my own version of it. I think it looked like a monster as well. If you want to make not a mustache but a little piece of hair.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're going that way.
For me, that's more that than a mustache. But hey,
is that good?
For me.
Do you approve that one?
I do.
Okay, I don't know if Amazon's gonna approve
They probably
that
will.
or Monsters Inc. at this point, but we'll keep on going with that. So I don't know, man. This whole logo design thing, it can get complicated. It's everybody has a different opinion, a different view. Obviously, people who saw Hitler's mustache had a background, had a past or something that reminded that came to their mind right away, and I get that, it happens, but this is just kind of to showcase how difficult it can be as a designer to design something, because it's so hard to predict what so many people are.
The perceptions and the
so many opinions, right?
It almost makes me like I there are times when you are talking, and it's so left field what people understand, like the total opposite of what you mean and the total opposite of what your message actually is, and the way they react to it, and it leaves you, at least for me, I'm speechless. I'm like, that was not at all what I meant to say. That was not at all what I even had in mind. Like, how in the world did you understand that? And this is similar, like different, but at the same time, the same thing.
But what are you
right?
going to do?
Yeah.
What can you do,
Yeah,
right?
like how do people react to things like this? It's
I
interesting.
guess
But I understand the frustration. I do. I really do.
But it does get to that point where it's like, what are you going to do, right? Are you going... Oh, I guess in this case, because they might not want to continue with that idea, because now somebody threw it out there.
Yeah.
Now it's out there. Now it's always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
So...
Do you want that association, even though that was not
Exactly.
meant to be? Obviously, it was not meant to be that. Yeah, it is.
What are they going to
tricky.
do, right?
It is tricky, yeah.
So now it becomes, are they going to come back and say, you know what, listen, we decided to do something completely different now because it was having a bad opinion out there?
As a designer, something like this, does it affect the way you create? Because now, if they go back to, and I'm assuming it might be the same creative team, and they say, by the way, this was nice. It was very minimalistic. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Simple, but this is what it created. So now, it almost, that is at the back of your head all the time, and you're sort of wondering, okay, now I have this idea. What can it possibly tell people? So I think it stops the creative process.
Well, it makes you wonder. You're always double.
It's the element of fear
Yeah.
that was not there before, right?
You'll be double checking every single time, like every single thing
Like,
that you
what
do.
if now I create a star and someone else sees something else, and it becomes an issue. So
It does.
Do you let it go, or yeah?
Now, one of the things about going with paper that I've just discovered, and while you were talking there, I was trying to figure out what I've done here. You see, smart little me copied a link and put the link on the paper I printed. And then I restarted my computer and I said, no, don't save this document. Why am I going to save this document? Why would I ever need this document? Well, it's hard to click on the link when it's on a piece of paper.
You don't say.
Yeah.
But when you save it, when you pin it, sometimes the tablet remembers it.
What are you trying to say? That
Nothing
you have a
at
better
all.
process than I do? Like,
no, I have a
what?
process that works for me.
Okay, obviously my process. We need to solve some of these little things, but I'll find it. I'll find what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Can you find what you're looking
Oh,
for?
please don't sing.
See why? Why do you always put me down?
I'm not putting you down.
Okay,
You-
so
did you find it?
no, I didn't find it, but I don't need the video. I've got a picture.
Okay,
One picture.
that will do.
Picture's
It's worth
good.
1,000 words.
It is. Oh, but now I remembered why I wanted to see that page. I remember now. You know why?
You're having an interesting day, aren't you?
It's been amazing. The reason why is because it actually showcased the glasses.
Oh, the famous Facebook
Well,
glasses?
it had the like a 3D render of the glasses
I see.
that I actually liked because it was kind of showcasing like the glasses all around.
So what is the purpose for these these glasses?
Here's the thing. I think it's this article. See, I think I found it. I think I found
There
it.
you go.
I think no. What? Did I? No. Oh my gosh! I thought it was it. No, it's not it. It's fine. Doesn't matter. You guys can search it up. You guys can search this up. Facebook glasses. You guys can search it up.
So what's the purpose again?
So, Facebook has decided to come out and say that they're working on these glasses. They're smart glasses, right? But they didn't give a lot of information or anything at all.
Purposely or like intentionally?
Well, I think so. I think they
Yeah.
didn't want to kind of get people to...
Just curious enough, but not knowing a lot.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think at this point, things can change in how or what these glasses can or cannot do. So I think at that point they're like, yeah, we're coming out with some glasses. These are going to be really cool. You can do a lot of stuff. It will integrate with Facebook and a lot of the things. And it's like, okay, like, what is this? And it kind of, obviously, as soon as they started talking, I started reading this article about the glasses. Right away, I had the idea of the Snapchat spectacles, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
That were going around for a bit of time. I don't even know if they're still out there or not. I didn't prepare that well for this one. I'm sorry. But anyways, the spectacles were a thing for a while.
I forgot about those.
And a lot of the privacy issues came around. So it'll be interesting to see if Facebook actually throws some cameras onto the glasses. It will be interesting to see if it's going to be more of a VR experience or an AR experience, so virtual reality or augmented reality. I think it would be, I don't know. I think for myself, the AR aspect to it would be more interesting. Probably, you have the glasses on, you can look at a table, and all of a sudden you can start seeing the projects that you're doing. And then, if more people in a group have the glasses on, we could all be debating about something that is technically through the glasses sitting on the table, but
Not
there. So I think I see a lot of the advantages in AR like that. Or if you're walking on the street and let's say you put something on your map, a destination on your phone where you want to go, and now all of a sudden on the glasses you start seeing the indications, turn right, turn left. I think those are cool. That's
handy.
cool. I think it'll be cool if they do it in a way that if you look at a store or if you look at whatever it is on the street, it'll give you information about that location or like a monument or something like that. I think that's really the coolest part of the integration of AR, is being able to really merge with the surrounding reality.
It's like those futuristic movies.
Well, it's not so much futuristic.
know,
It's here already.
But that's what I'm saying. It sounds like now those movies
We're in the future, baby.
are here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the future.
It's so cool.
So apparently they teamed up with Ray-Ban to get these glasses done, which, you know what? Listen, I've got a few pairs of Ray-Bans. They're nice. They're cool.
They are.
So hopefully they'll be a nice, cool little thing. And the news piece, they were actually mentioning that this whole talk about glasses from Facebook has started back in 2017. So we're going on 3 to 4 years already that they've started talking about this. And one of the things that was said during the presentation, and I'm putting this in air quotes, was that they were excited. They were excited about it, but they didn't want to overhype it. I'm going to hit record here. It's about time that we hit record. No, it's been recording over there. Don't worry about it. Jeez. This is like just a backup.
Can I interrupt you for 2 seconds?
Sure.
Still within the same topic. One of our viewers, Nathan Best, is asking, what are your thoughts of AR being able to help creatives see their ideas right in front of them? That's an interesting aspect.
Great question. And I think, that's where I feel like it would really help in what I do, because I think it would be cool to, let's say if I go to a meeting and I'm trying to showcase something to a client, and I just say, here are some glasses, you guys can put this on, and now all of a sudden I can do a 3D presentation of whatever I'm presenting to that client. I think that's a cool integration of the AR. But I mean, at the same time, looking at what's happening in the world today, you're not able to go out as much. Hopefully this will all end and we'll go back to normal. And I think the whole AR glasses or smart glasses, whatever you want to call it, I think it's going to be a great way to experience the world differently. I think so
it'll be a great tool for creatives.
I think so. I think it'll be a great tool for anybody. Imagine if you go buy a car, right? And you're walking into the dealership and you can, there are these glasses at the entrance. You put these glasses on, and as you're walking around the dealership, instead of having to go to the car to actually read it, as you look at the car, there's going to be like all of these
all the information,
like boxes that might pop up, extra little video or a little, something different that if you're really interested in seeing what the car can do, what kind of engine it has or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It can pop up all that information. So, or even like if you're going into a gallery, let's say a museum or something, and you're walking around and you're just looking at a statue, and then all of a sudden you have the option of getting the information about that.
That would get me interested.
Well, I think it's going to be kind of directed that way. I think that's the way it's going to go. I'm hoping.
I'm
I don't
always
know.
on the phone researching things I don't
I
know.
don't remember
so that
when
would be
you're going around and you have to have those things on, and then you have
and
to
a lot of the times when I go to museums that interest me, so I have a little bit of background already, and there are some exhibits where I know a lot, but then there are others that I'm like, and it's true. So that will definitely be very
I think it will
interesting.
be cool if they start integrating it properly. I think that's. And I don't think that's going to be too far ahead in the future. I think within the next couple of years, we're going to be able to get that technology up and running. And, obviously, a beginning stage, and then we're going to get it to be a lot better. So, speaking of technology and cars, see what I did there?
Look at that.
See what I did there?
How we connect these things.
I'm connecting things. So, the big rumor of Apple coming out with a car. So here we go.
I'm actually curious about that one.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm an Apple fan. I've been working with Apple for the last 20 something years. Yes, I'm old. Get over it. I started working. The first Mac I worked with was a G3, I think it was at the time. Those gray boxes still. They still didn't have those nice plasticky things going on. That was actually my first computer that I bought, was the iMac, the blue bubble that came out.
Yeah, what was that? Was the iMac?
That was that was the first iMac.
The cute ones that were multicolored and.
Well, if you don't want to count the original iMac, original Mac as an iMac.
No, I just didn't know what they were called. They were iMacs.
They were the iMacs. So
I remember the computer.
I've been a fanboy since then. I should have bought stocks.
Yeah, I know. And the mouse was round and very cute too.
But.
Okay, moving on.
We didn't, so we need to move on with that. Apple Car is teaming up apparently with Hyundai. I never know how to say that name.
I say Hyundai.
Hyundai. Yo.
I've heard so many different versions of that name. I say Hyundai.
So, and this was interesting because you know how Apple is very hush-hush about everything they do, and apparently they are very hush-hush when it comes to stuff, because everybody that works with Apple says the same thing. And truth be told, lately there's always leaks, there's always stuff, but it's really hard.
Still,
While all the other companies, when a phone comes out, it's like, we knew about that last year. We knew what was coming out. With Apple, it's like, we're pretty sure, but we're not 100%, because they always have that thing.
And they're really great at that.
Apparently, a spokesperson for Hyundai, they spoke about it, and apparently they weren't supposed to speak about it. So, but anyways, it came out, and it's in discussion, and that might have actually been not too good for Hyundai. They can't keep a secret. I don't know if Apple's going to continue working with them, but that's just me talking. So they're looking into electric cars, obviously, right?
That's a great idea.
Yes, I 100% agree. And not only Apple. I mean, I'm not just car. I'm generalizing the idea of electrical cars. Yeah. Our next car has to be electrical. I don't know what brand it's going to be. Hopefully somebody will come out with something a little bit cheaper that you can just plug in when you get home and you're good to go next morning. Go. So we still have at least for another 3 years. So hopefully by then we'll have. Actually, I think it was it Fiat that had a car? I think
you
it's in Europe.
You didn't mention it. I can't remember the name.
I have to dig that up. I don't know if it was Fiat or one of those in Europe that had a really tiny little car that you could actually plug to the wall.
That is very.
So we're getting there. We're getting there. So hopefully these will be cheaper and all of that. So they're thinking that they might only have this ready in 5 to 7 years.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of sad because I think by then everybody,
5 to 7, eh?
I think everybody is going to have, I think at this point, most car brands have an electrical car.
Yeah.
A lot of them on the higher ends, they're expensive. I mean, like any new technology.
Just like now, you know. It's,
Listen, like any new technology.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to buy computers for, I mean, we complain about the price of them now, but think about it. What we were getting for those prices and what we can get now is completely different. Cars, I think it's going to be the same thing. Like these electrical cars have just started, literally. I mean, a few years ago, Tesla obviously being the one that everybody knows about. But I kind of feel like if they're going to be taking 5 to 7 years to get a car on the roads, they're going to be competing with every single car dealer out there, car brand out there. I don't know. Apple. And I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful car. But, speaking of which, I almost forgot. I had some Apple cars here. So obviously people start as
I was
they
going
should.
to say, if they're so, secretive about it, how come we know what the car looks like?
Well, they don't. They don't. These are people
trying to.
This is not. This is the integration of the Apple car into the cars today, which we have on our car, and I think most of the cars nowadays they do have that. But then, is it going to be a van? That's actually a cool little van. I don't know.
That's a cool concept.
I don't know if that actually exists or if it's somebody that somebody just slapped on an Apple thing on it. But it's pretty cool for a family.
Yeah.
It's different. It's a big car. I don't know. This one caught my eye. Instead of the regular tires, they're actual
like basketballs.
Ball tires. I don't know what. This car's got balls. I don't know. This is one of those live streams that.
Okay, moving on.
It is with that. This one is cool.
Is this the interior or a different one?
No, this is a different one.
Oh, okay.
Well, these are all concepts, right?
Yeah,
these are people just trying to think.
No, I get it.
Because this one actually looks like a phone, and you can almost grab that and hello.
Mouse,
But it's different, and I think for me, my curiosity.
It only sits 2 people.
Well, that's one. This is not.
Well, I have a family.
This is not existent right now. This is just a concept.
Well, the concept is cool. I'm just saying, add an extra, space there.
Listen, in 7 years from now, your kids do not want to be next to you.
I still have a family.
You're an old lady. I'm gonna be an old guy. They don't want to be driving around with the old people. They want to drive around.
All right, moving on.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
You just won it.
Okay, I won. Jeez. Oh my God.
Why? That's a cool concept, though.
It is. It's a nice concept. I mean, if they can make a 4-seater,
you'll
be happier.
You see,
What about our dog? The dog needs the 5th seat.
He's
right
a lap
there.
dog, so we'll be fine.
Oh, the Facebook glasses. I had a picture here, because they were showing it in the presentation. So I don't know when this one was taken. I don't know if it was from before, but like the concept is like to be able to. It's the AR. It's what I was talking about.
Just like my reading glasses.
Right. So
fancier.
Fancy. So those were the 3 news that
caught your attention.
That caught my attention, and this is why I don't do a real TV show.
Oh man.
Because who
used to do that reading news? I remember that.
A lot of people do that.
It was a famous person.
I just thought I could do that too, because
they were known for that.
Just throw stuff out. Do we have any questions? Do we have anyone watching?
No, that was it. The one I just
We're
read.
starting off. This is it. We're a small channel.
Yeah.
We're starting off. We're trying to see, like, subscribe, follow us.
Be nice.
Click the bell. That's what everybody says. So we have to do that too.
Okay. And Sophia watches some that say you'll get an extra greeting if you subscribe. I forget who it is, but anyways.
We'll find that information after for the next one. Because you know why I'll find that out for the next one? Because we'll use that one for this next segment of the show.
There you go.
The Creative 7 live show, which is a part where we talk about the YouTube channels.
All right.
Yes. So that was the other thing I mentioned last week, that every week we're going to be talking about one or two channels that we follow, that we like, what they're all about, why we're following them, why we watch their videos. This week, I only found one. Well, I didn't find one. Okay, whatever. I didn't have enough time to find.
I was going to say, you had such a crazy week.
I know. This week was kind of crazy. I do have to say, but in a good sense. It was good. It was good. You can't complain. It is what it is. So today, I bring to you the channel. One of the channels that I found. Oh gosh, I don't even know anymore. About 2 years ago? No, I don't know. Probably about that. Anyways, when I started watching his channel, so his name is David Manning, and I don't know if he ever watches my channel, but hey, how's it going, David? How's it going? So David's channel has a lot to do with photography, videography. He's a tech guy. He likes his, but I think everything always has to do with the photo and the video side of things. When I started watching his channel, he had 10,000 subscribers. And within the last year, he's jumped all the way up to, I took the snapshot today, so 172,000 subscribers. So
yeah,
amazing. I love it. I love to see it. He's got really good energy. He's a young man that is, full of energy when it comes to describing his what he likes and what he doesn't like in terms of the tech, in terms of cameras. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to
that's good.
To the cameras. He's a professional photographer. That I think he was doing a lot more weddings and stuff like that before he had to really get serious with his channel because of the pandemic, and he was stuck at home, and you know what? Let's start doing more stuff. So it worked out for him because
and he's using his time well.
Yeah. He used to do a lot more things, traveling and all of that. Obviously now, again, one of the other things that kind of got pushed aside. But if you're looking for somebody that has honest opinions on his description of whatever piece of hardware, he's the guy. And that's why I keep coming back to his channel. Is he always has, I think, an honest opinion on whatever he's reviewing. And for me, that's important. I don't like channels that you can tell that they were given whatever it is to review, and you can kind of get the sense that they're just doing it because somebody sent them stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like actually a lot of YouTubers like David here are doing that. They don't give a crap about, just because he sent me something, I don't need to review this in a positive way. If
I don't like it, I don't like it. Yeah.
If you don't like it, you don't like it. And I like the way that's going. I think before it was a little bit different. It was like, oh my God, this guy's giving me a camera. I gotta say good things about it because he just sent me a camera. A lot of times now with what's going on,
you can almost sense when the person is not.
But yeah, for sure. That's what I'm trying to say. But in a lot of cases now, what they're doing is they'll send them cameras or lenses, and if it's on the expensive side, I've noticed that a lot of the guys they have I don't know what type of contract because nobody's sent us anything yet.
Hint.
You know what I mean? I can do a review. Oh yeah.
And
they
you
send
would do
them the
a very
stuff.
good job.
Of course, amazing.
I know that.
We'll put the address at the. Joking. So what he does is what they do is they send them the stuff, the camera, the lens, or whatever it is, and they say, okay, review it, and then you have this for 3 weeks. You can try it out, you can test it out, and then you have to send it back to us.
Yeah.
So that's cool that they're doing that because that will provide an honest opinion on the actual piece of hardware. So I like that. Again, there are a dime a dozen of people that do reviews, but I'm going to probably bring quite a few throughout the weeks because I'm a tech guy too.
Yeah.
I like reading and knowing about stuff. So this channel is one of my regular channels. As soon as I have that notification that a video is up, I will check it up. And David, if you're watching, keep doing what you're doing a good job. Good stuff. So next is going to be, and we're 15 minutes away. Wow, I've been talking for a long time.
Yes,
Do you want to talk a little bit?
No, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Okay, I talk a lot during the day. I can.
Well, she does talk a lot.
I can listen now. I'm a
She
good
does
listener
talk a lot.
too.
You know what's weird? We're going to talk about podcasts right now, a podcast that I suggest, because that's the other part of
Good.
it. But speaking of which, it's kind of weird not having these things.
I'm not actually.
Right?
I need them. Next
You do?
show, I need them. Yeah.
You need them, right?
And it has to do with my background.
Yeah,
Right.
you were in radio for way too long.
I did radio for almost 15 years, and
So actually right now I'm
because I
feeling
don't
so
know
much
how
better.
this sound. I don't know if I'm yelling, if I'm not.
Well, you're always kind of squeaky, but whatever.
Yeah,
That's just
sure.
me.
I just it's that sort of I'm ignoring you. It's just that
No, you're not.
security kind of. It's a safety zone almost. You know what I mean? Like you need it. You
and
really need it.
Now that I have them on, I agree with you, and I'm sorry that I didn't bring them on. I don't know. I just
No, you said I didn't need them.
you didn't need them because you know the
do.
positioning. But that is one of the aspects of the reason why. So if you guys have never done podcasts or been on the radio, you might not understand why do people wear these things when they're doing the podcast. Well, one of the reasons is to hear yourself.
It helps position your voice.
Exactly. So, I can be over here. I
You
can
don't
be
know
over
how it
there,
sounds.
and I'm listening to myself. So everything sounds good.
Yeah.
When you have these on,
Oh, it changes completely.
you know your voice changes according to how far
Yeah.
you are or how close
Yeah.
you are. So that's why even when I'm recording with my clients,
It positions. The
I
voice.
always tell them, wear your headphones. If you're doing your podcast, wear your headphones, because first, it is a podcast. It's an audio thing.
Yeah.
So even if we're recording video, it doesn't matter. The audio is still the priority
Yeah,
there,
you
because
need
that is your podcast. So you need it to make sure that you're doing that right. So you're not just running around. And with guests that don't have experience, I've noticed that the moment they have
tendency.
they have that tendency, but the moment they have these guys on, then they notice themselves, like, where's my voice?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to be closer.
Yeah.
Or, oh my God, I'm talking so loud. I'm not going to do that right now, because
Yeah.
and this is why I told you, we don't need them.
I'm kind of
we do.
aware of my distance again because of that. But you
So
do.
I'll put it on
You
the
do.
checklist.
And if you
of the
notice,
things
once
to-
in
to
a
put
while
on.
you see me doing this, I'm not fixing my hair. I'm
you are.
looking for the. I'm looking for the headphones, right? 'Cause- sure, I am. But yeah, it's interesting how that background, and I haven't done radio for the past 10 years, right? But it's
But you've been doing the
I did it for-
Creative Spin
yes.
podcast for the last 2 years.
and I
On and off.
always have headphones on.
You always do.
because
We always do.
They do make a difference.
Okay, fine. Listen, I
You
screwed up,
brought it
man.
up. I'm saying it.
I screwed up. So let's just talk
I
about
didn't
another
complain.
podcast. All right? And funny enough, I was gonna say the story of how I found this podcast, and I can't.
You
I
can't
can't.
remember.
I can't remember.
Wow.
Right?
I'm wondering, are all people from your sign and your birthday is next
Aquarius.
week?
Aquarius.
And your birthday is next week. I wasn't gonna say, but anyways,
Aquarius?
Aquarius people, are they all? I know.
I don't know. We know a few.
I listened to one on the radio that is Aquarius, and he's a carbon copy of
I know,
you.
right? We do have a lot of things in
And
common.
I do know a few others that are like you. You
did
retain
I
a lot of
find this?
information, but you're so forgetful in the moment that it's kind of interesting.
Well, I found him somehow. And since then, I've been listening to a lot of his podcasts, because he's been on the quote unquote air for a long time. So I decided to I'm juggling between the most recent ones and the first ones. So I'm kind of jumping back and forth. A lot of you guys might know him because he is an actor. He hasn't done a ton of movies, but he's done quite a few. He's been on TV as well. And his name is Dax Shepard. So I'm going to put this on the screen here for you guys to see his picture, his mug.
Meanwhile, hi Andy. He's saying hi to us.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the confusion
He
here.
said I made it.
Yeah.
See, still on time.
So Dax is an actor, and he's a talented podcaster, man. Like his podcasts are
you've
engaging.
been mentioning him. Yes.
So he, I think, and I don't know how our age group is in our audience, but he did that show called Punked with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
Kutcher. I never get that name. Another thing.
There are a few that I cannot get.
Ashton Kutcher? Yes. So he did that show Punked. So he did it for I think it was the first or second season. And apparently he kind of had to stop a little bit because people were recognizing him. And every time he would show up anywhere, they're like, where are the cameras? Am I being punked? Because he did a good job. It was such a good job. And he was so good at it. And I actually remember that show. That was, late 90s or something like that? But he's done movies as well, quite a few movies. And he's also married to another actress that most people might know, which her name is Kristen Bell.
She's in The Good Place.
In The Good Place,
yeah,
exactly.
Right.
That's the TV, not TV, TV, yes, Netflix series that we've been watching, The Good Show.
She's really good.
She's really good.
Yeah.
Look at that. She can play with words too.
She's really good.
That's why you're the co-host of This Show. But he, so then going back to the podcast, okay? Don't just derail me like this.
I'm not.
You know, they're going to close the cameras in 5 minutes. People are going to barge in here and just shut this thing down if we don't finish it.
You're the one now going off.
It's called Armchair Expert. And he, just like me, interviews celebrities.
Funny, Andy just wrote it. Armchair Expert.
He interviews celebrities just like me.
Oh, yeah. You want an autograph?
Journalists. Academics.
I knew this had an angle. I knew it.
Yeah. No, actually, he's interviewed a lot of known people.
Yeah.
Anywhere from music artists like Justin Timberlake, Seth MacFarlane, Bill Gates.
Wow.
John Legend. I mean, these are just a few of the names that I can remember. But it's pretty impressive. And this last year, they've interviewed so many cool people as well. I was checking out the all of these podcast episodes because there's I can't even see there, but there's a lot. Trust me, there's a lot of podcasts there.
Race to 270. Chicken breasts and triple cheeseburgers.
They're interesting, man. They're like my type of thing. So I don't know.
That caught my eye.
Listen, everybody's got their own kind of podcast. If this is an entertaining one, this is the kind of podcast that you want to. I love putting on when I'm driving around. Just listen to something, and they're funny. Sure. He always has a different angle. He does one thing that I find interesting. I'm just gonna say it before I forget. So he has a co-host, which I'm feel so bad that I can't remember her name. Sorry, she's never gonna watch this. But what I like about it is at the end they do fact checks because he says that he kind of comes up with so much stuff that a lot of the things might not be real. So she goes through the list. She listens to everything he said, and then they go double check everything online. I find that to be hilarious.
That's cool.
So I wish I had that idea. That's the kind of thing it is. But yeah, man, it's been really entertaining to listen to.
The only thing I like, I don't listen to that type of podcast when I'm walking the dog because people might think I'm crazy. Well, I am a little, but because I'm just laughing.
Do I have time to talk about
and you had that experience, and then I'm going to say hi to Andy again. But anyways, when I'm walking the dog, I can't listen to podcasts like that.
I'm going to finish the show with this story because,
you sound like, you look like a lunatic.
So I was walking Loki. I was walking our dog. And I'm listening to the Joe Rogan show. And because that's another podcast I listen to. We're not going to talk about much about it.
Actually, Andy mentions Joe Rogan here, so I'll tell you what his comment is.
And I was listening to one of his podcasts, and he had a guest on, which is Joe Rogan.
Oh, what's his name? Yeah. Joe? Is it Joe as well? No.
Oh, my God. Me and names.
Yeah.
You know me and names.
And I do know him. Hold on. Yeah, keep going.
But anyways, I'm walking the dog, and I'm listening to this guy talk about an interesting day he had, in which he was
Joey Diaz?
Joey Diaz, exactly. So Joey Diaz, if you don't know, he's a comedian as well, and I love the guy, but he had an accident outside. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
So he really had to go. Number 2.
All right.
Right.
Wow.
He's a big guy.
Should be interesting.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Right. And
so he's telling the story.
I'm guessing number 2 is proportional to the size of the person.
He is. Oh my god.
And oh my god! But so he's telling the story to Joe Rogan, and with that voice, and then he makes everything like he could be talking about these things, and it's like this whole story is gonna show up like Joe Rogan. You don't even know. Oh my god! I had to go, Joe. I had to go. And I had to do it right there.
And he's just telling the story.
And he's saying the story. And then he starts talking about how his neighbors started going, I think a big animal came into your backyard. And I find myself laughing my head off as I'm walking the dog. And the reason why I noticed I was laughing my head off, a lady actually stopped. And she's walking her dog. And I see her stop. And she's like, looking at me.
Lunatic, I'm telling you.
Who is that guy? Why is he laughing at me?
Telling you.
And then I'm like, ha. And then I'm laughing with her, right? Like I'm looking at her and I keep on laughing because, of course, my pea brain is thinking that she's listening to the same thing I'm listening to, right? And it was funny. And I'm looking at her like,
and
right?
Laughing?
Isn't it crazy? And
God.
And so if she was freaked out to begin with,
so people now know.
Yeah, probably
my life is like.
There's probably a person in the neighborhood that does not think I'm all up there. But anyway, so I'm looking at her like, right, like you know what I mean?
Oh my god.
So if she thought I was a freak for laughing out loud, and then I'm and then I'm making eye contact with her, and I'm like, right, and now she starts walking really fast. Anyways, that's my story
Have you
about
seen that lady again?
No, she probably moved. I don't know.
She avoids our street.
She got home and she goes, husband of mine, we need to move. There's a lunatic walking around with a white dog. He's walking around. And yeah, so that's my story.
Anyways, Andy, thank you. He says your studio is heaps better than Joe Rogan's. And
there
he
you
puts
go.
A heart. So
you know
Andy,
what?
Lovely. Thank you.
Eventually Joe Rogan will have to come onto this list and we'll talk about Joe Rogan. But for those of you who are watching, who do watch Joe Rogan, I think you might be of the same opinion as me. I don't like the new studio. I'm growing, like it's growing a little bit on me.
I'm not.
I don't like it.
You know what I said when I first saw it. It reminds me of a Star Trek spaceship.
There's something to it. I still don't
red.
like it.
And I love red, but it doesn't.
But it's
is it still red? Yeah, it's still red.
Yeah, it's claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not too good. But it is what it is. He likes it. I think he's having fun seeing people comment about it. Because I remember the first episode, the comment section was like freaking amazing. You know when you dive into that comment section? And I have to say.
Sometimes we have a lot.
I have to say. I don't care where people are putting stuff. Because the big news from Joe Rogan was the fact that he went from YouTube strictly into Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Big deal, lots of money, whatever, I get it. And now when everything kind of really turned into Spotify, so he does no longer put the episodes up on YouTube other than small clips. Apparently, I haven't even checked that, but apparently that's what's going on. The comment section disappeared, and the comment section was the funniest part of not the funniest, but it was the most one of the entertaining parts of that podcast. But anyways, it's no longer there. I don't know if Spotify is now going to learn the lesson and start putting like a comment section onto their podcast.
And Loki's telling you it's 8 o'clock.
Loki's saying it's 8 o'clock. Yeah,
see,
Loki's saying it.
Dog.
I think we're going to listen to Loki. Look, see it? He did it again. Loki, come on down, boy. Here he comes. He's going to finish the show with us. Let us know in the comments if you guys like this kind of show, what we're doing. Or the studio, what we're talking about and how we're talking about. Check out Armchair Expert. I think you guys are going to like it. Bring Loki up. I mean, Loki has to be a part of the show.
He's
smart. He's camera shy.
Yeah, very much
Camera shy. Just like me.
Loki.
So hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to share this stuff and let people know what's going on. There's a new show here every Friday.
No, that's a mic. It's not a bone, not a treat.
All right.
It's not a treat.
This is Loki. He's the superstar. He only shows up at the ends because he's too good. His agent doesn't allow him to be here earlier than that. So, guys, thank you for being here. Don't forget to do all the things like hit the subscribes, comment, and share this stuff. And we'll see you back here again on Friday, next Friday, which is my birthday.
Your birthday.
So we'll be doing a birthday party here on the live stream. Catch you guys then. Bye-bye. Let me hit this.